Winner is into the national semifinals. Loser goes home. And it starts with Jessica Clements. That swing, the oh my goodness look rounding the bases. It was a walk-off to beat Oregon in elimination game. Smitty 2-0 with a sub-1 ERA. And slicing that the opposite way for a base hit is the transfer from Cal Poly, working with Lisa Fernandez. And a swing and a miss and a strikeout for Pickens, one down.
Well, that's the changeup that Pickens has been using effectively about 30% of the time. Her pitches here.
Right through the wickets of Pickens and then bobbled behind the bag, and everybody will be safe, as Dodge couldn't pick it up clean. A couple of singles for UCLA here in the first.
Ball well struck.
She could have gone Division I in each of those sports. She chose softball, but was all state and all area in both volleyball and basketball.
Pops it up, out on the grass, and Laura Mueller couldn't come up with it. And they'll get the force out at third base.
She went into the dugout.
And they call the infield fly.
Third out. The runner at third base abandoning her base.
Terry does a good job of limiting those free passes, just 33 walks in her 143+ innings.
And for the Tennessee Lady Vols, we highlight their 2 home run hitters from their win over Florida. If you have to score that, a 6U and a 5U, not a double play. And a strikeout for Terry after a fantastic regular season. And that one squirts away from Terry. Opposite way for Panel, and she continues to swing it well. Her 5th hit now at the World Series.
She had 3 hits against Oklahoma.
Here's the 0-1, and that'll head the other way and drop in fair for Ella Dodge. Sophia Nugent doesn't wait for a second pitch, lifts that out to the track, and almost a collision. It's held onto by the right fielder, Liesl Osteen. And some shaky communication early, but she's able to hold on to it, colliding with Clements. Although Laura is 4 for 6. Mueller delivers. 1 run is in. Here comes another to the plate. And Laura Mueller protects Boo Gibson after the intentional walk.
Look at that, incredible. 25 hits in those first 3 innings, 20 runs.
Set school records at the World Series for hits and runs scored. Drives Riley Slimp back. Survival Sunday for UCLA and Tennessee, the winningest program in history. The Bruins looking for a 15th trip to the semis. Catcher in the postseason. And lefty gets a hold of one. And she sends it out. Ramirez draws one back for UCLA.
Lefty Ramirez, 2nd home run here at the World Series. Don't forget she hit one opening day.
And now on the year, they're up to 98. That's right-handed. And Pickens gets strikeout number 2, 1 down.
Pickens comes back with this 67-mile-an-hour pitch.
Got to beat the best to be the best. And a called strike 3. Well, they moved from the Pac-12 to the Big Ten this year, but with 1 foot in the SEC. How about a 7-2 record? And is she going to show us why? Continuing to do it in college, the 2nd of the inning for UCLA. And they come right back and tie it up. And they are peppering Pickens.
This is the bottom of the order.
LA Olympics are going to play softball here. Mueller at short, and that'll end the inning.
Nice.
Scored twice in the bottom.
Well, Texas Tech is above them. Miss on the change.
And finally, that one's in play. Down again to Savipola. 1-2. Called strike 3 on the outside corner.
So her parents were in a moment.
Base hit out to center field. Gabby Leach is aboard. 3 walk-offs. They're playing later tonight against Oklahoma. Fly ball into center.
And who coached for UCLA for a long time. Yeah.
Ground ball to Gibson. Got her footwork right.
2 miles an hour is.
Right at Panel. Full count here to Rory, and Jordan draws the walk. Grant. And a slow roller to second, and it's scooped over to first. to win.
That's when there were
the
only two
national
teams in
championship.
softball.
Yeah, they were going back and forth. And the Red Raiders are in the driver's seat. Called strike 3. Tennessee history. 0-2 pitch, and Gibson whiffs at it. Ramirez to the right side. Dodge stays there. Winner gets and now a strikeout to try and beat Texas twice if they advance. And she loses Bragg, who draws the walk. Second free pass. Got her to reach. Strikeout number 5, second of the inning for Pickens. And a strikeout for Terry. That's 3 straight for her, 1 down. The Summit Blues. Right back to the pitcher, Terry. And a swing and a miss. And a scream from Terry through the mask. One of these teams, as we get deeper into the day, win or go home for the Lady Vols and the Bruins. Off of the glove of Pickens. 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss.
A lot of heat in those last names.
All-American pitchers, I mean, best of the best.
And that is inside the base. Fair ball down the line. Clements to third. Woolery will sneak in behind to second. Tennessee is not going to pitch to Megan Grant.
Megan Grant's one of the best hitters in the country, period. Yes, there's a home run hitter on deck, but she's not the numbers Megan Grant shown all year.
Swing and a miss, and Pickens emotional as she works out of the jam, and UCLA leaves them loaded. Picked up a win on Thursday over the Ducks, and Grant snags that before it. 3 hits in the first, just 1 since for Tennessee, and now Leach will add to that. Karen Weekly trying to find that elusive championship ring. Only Oklahoma State has been here more times without a title. Always good to show these two, the only 2 in history to cap off an undefeated season with a national championship. Panel gets a charge into it. Deep left and out of here. 2-run shot for Taylor Panel. And Tennessee's on top.
And Jess, you've been mentioning it all game long, the adjustments, how this Tennessee team is hunting pitches after Leach gets a base hit on a changeup.
And UCLA will only have 6 outs left to work with to keep their season alive.
Yeah, Holly, in that 250, normally all season long, she's been hitting 391.
Waits on the change and drives it right back up the middle. Schuler to third, she'll slide in safely, and the throw to second, not in time.
Good job, by the way, by Savvy Pola.
Yeah.
So UCLA challenging the call of safe. They'll need video evidence.
The call at second base will be upheld.
Mueller grounds it to Pola at second. Game winner. Ground ball to second or away.
Over 100 for freshmen this year.
Dude, that was a rise ball.
Back up the middle. Snagged by Miller. Backhanded by Gibson. They go to second to get the lead runner. Pickens fires to first, and Gibson can't haul it in. The runner safe at third, and they're on the corners.
To runner interference. That is the 3rd out of the inning.
And that hits Leach. Clark out to left center, and on the move is Clements. Sends one that way, and back goes Slint to make the catch. Checks it to second, Pola. Popped up and turning to make the catch on the grass. Gibson at first, 2 down. Rory passes the bat. They'll hold her to a long single. Florida and Ole Miss have been sent home. 2 more will leave today as we roll into our semifinals. Grant, first pitch swinging, and she sends it out. UCLA ties it up with 2 outs in the top of the 7th.
The calling on the field is upheld, and the run will score. The runner did miss home plate and was assisted. However, that play is not reviewable according to Appendix G.
The home run ball delivered to the Grants, and after all that, there is the 3rd out of the inning. Panel sends it deep down the line. Foul. Walk. 2 homers against Jordy Ball, and will lay down the sacrifice here. They will try it again here.
That loses.
Gibson gloved at 3rd, and the double play for UCLA to get out of it. Ground ball to Gibson. 1 down. Rolls towards Dodge. 2 down. And she induces a ground out. Mueller, ground ball to short, snagged by Bragg. 1 down. Bragg again. Busy at short. Clark pops it up, and a miscommunication. And she'll yank that back up the middle. Runner turns and heads for 3rd. And the game winner is 60 feet away. Sisters to play for Big Orange. Flares that out to left, and Slimp is there. Back to Pickens. Dodge. And Paula sneaks one through. Woolery, and that will scoot through. Paula makes the turn and heads for 3rd. And the go-ahead run is 60 feet away. And they're going to walk her.
Ball 4.
Situation in the 5th inning, and Pickens struck Ramirez out, and she gets her to ground out here. Oregon would win it, and they are still alive. And oh, by the way, they're playing tonight against the Oklahoma Sooners. Win or go home. Panel sends that one deep, and it's off the top of the wall, and it stays in the park. It hit the white line.
The ball did not leave the field.
Wondler last at bat.
The pitch from Taylor Tinsley. A little flare and a little bloop, and back on the grass. A national championship on this field.
These are the seniors.
Ball.
I'm just gonna walk her. All right, so now you gotta force at any base.
See that they're all pulled in here, especially the middle.
Here's Laura Mueller. 0-1 pitch. 0-2.
Ball.
Mueller, just foul. Force at any base for UCLA. Mueller delivers, and the Tennessee Lady Vols walk it off in the bottom of the 9th into the National Semifinals.
How about Laura Mueller working back from 0-2 to put herself in a position with the bases loaded.